Hello, everyone, and welcome to English 102 OA. This is the summer session of Composition 2. I am Professor Renaldo, and this video is just going to go through our Canvas shell and our syllabus. So this should be the first video that you watch. Hopefully you watch it all the way through, and feel free to email me if you have any questions at all. I am available via Canvas email essentially 24/7. I have alerts set on my cell phone, so I usually respond relatively quick. If I don't respond within 24 hours, just send me another email because it might have gotten lost in the shuffle. So when you log into Canvas and you go to our Canvas shelf for this course, this is what you will see. Recent announcements. This is the home page. And you'll see everything along the side here that you'll need. So to start, we are going to look first at our syllabus. You can get to it by either clicking that button or the side tab. And here we go. Here is my contact information. I'm only going to go over the major parts of the syllabus. You can look through it yourself if you choose. I do offer office hours online via Canvas Conference. That would be a link that I would send to you, and it would be kind of like a Zoom call if you've never had a Canvas conference before. And there in the Canvas conference, we can discuss anything that you might be having issues with. So the course description introduces students to critical analysis of short fiction, poetry, drama, and the novel. Written assessments are based on the readings. Critical thinking, reading, and writing skills learned in Composition 1 are further developed. You will write a research paper demonstrating understanding of literary criticism. You should have received a grade of C or better in English Composition 1 in order to be registered in this course. So just double check your transcript, double check your grades, and make sure that you did in fact receive a grade of C or better. There is no textbook required for this course. I have all the readings and visual materials that you need located here on Canvas. So there is nothing that you need to go out and purchase. There's nothing that you need to go out and find. Everything will be provided to you. These course competencies, learning outcomes you can read on your own, as can you the course topics. I'm going to read this disclaimer for you just so that you are aware. Several of the selections you will read for this course are brutally blunt in their renditions of life. Several deal, quite frankly, with subjects that you may find offensive or perhaps triggering. Some stories deal with violence and sexuality, in some cases involving children. Likewise, the language in several stories is blunt, frank, and to some blasphemous, including the infamous F word. Be forewarned. If you find such subjects and language offensive and therefore feel you are unable to read the story and respond to it, I strongly urge you to reconsider your enrollment in this course. Of course, you may choose not to respond to the topic for that particular reading assignment, but you would obviously lose whatever points the topic is assigned for choosing not to do so. Most literature does not intend to convey a moral or a lesson. At its best, it reveals as life reveals. But like life, our reading of fiction evokes our emotions and judgments. Narrators and literary characters express their beliefs in what they say or do, and as we read, we respond to their words and actions through our own beliefs, comparing their choices with our own and approving and disapproving as they meet or fail to meet our expectations. While most good literature does not teach or preach, it does explore and reveal what it means to be human and provides us with substantial opportunity for learning and self-understanding. What that means is there are topics in here that are intense. There are stories that deal with topics that are intense. Please be forewarned now that you will be reading subject matter that you may find triggering. One of the hallmarks of a college education is learning how to think critically about how you are learning. What does this mean in our course? Well, it's the ability to look at a scenario from varied viewpoints without your inherent basis of right or wrong, to see a problem, analyze it, and come to a logical, well thought out conclusion. It means thinking outside the box and outside your own worldview. So it's not to say that your ideas are wrong or that somebody else's ideas are wrong. It's to understand that there are multiple points of view. A good critical thinker can evaluate statements to understand if they are valid, can combine information from multiple sources into one coherent argument, and can fully explain the new consolidated knowledge in terms that a novice audience can understand. Assignments such as our response papers, quizzes, oral presentations, and your final research paper enable students to do just that. Enjoy these assignments. You will make use of your critical thinking skills for the entirety of your college career and beyond. Welcome to English Composition 2. It will be my pleasure to guide you on this journey as we dive into the world of literary analysis and criticism. This course serves as an introduction to the various purposes of different literary genres and concentrates on the expression of human concerns through literature. The class will focus on personal enrichment and enjoyment and will strive to instill a long-lasting appreciation for the work studied. Since literature involves the whole person, mind, and heart, and is unlike any other activity in this regard, an understanding and appreciation of literature is necessary for a well-rounded and educated individual. Hopefully, each of you will gain from the class a starting point for a lifelong curiosity about and a love of various genres of literature. You will build on the writing skills that you learned in Comp 1 as you expose your responses to the works we study. All college policies can be found in the student handbook. Okay, and these are all part of the course syllabus, so you can find it electronically by clicking the link right there. You are required to perform all of the work specified by myself, and you are responsible for the content and integrity of all academic work that you submit. So, examples of violations of the rule of academic integrity include knowingly representing the work of others as your own, using or obtaining unauthorized assistance in any academic work, receiving or giving assistance to another student during a test, possessing, buying, selling, or using material in a manner not authorized by me, acting as a substitute for another person during an academic test, attempting to influence or change your academic record inappropriately. You have an obligation to exhibit honesty in carrying out your academic assignments. The next one as well, cheating and plagiarism. Cheating on exams through the use of unauthorized aids or inappropriate resources is forbidden. In addition, plagiarism or the unattributed use of another's works or ideas through either direct appropriation or paraphrase is a serious breach of academic standards. You have an obligation to exhibit honesty in carrying out your academic assignments. Essentially, what these two policies are saying combined together is make sure that the work that you hand in is yours. I do not want somebody else's work. Okay. This is kind of the class wait time policy as well as the late work policy and attendance. I'm going to sum kind of all of this up into one. This course, the way that I have it designed, this is essentially a work at your own pace course. There are a few things throughout the semester that you will, because this is a shortened semester, this is only 6 weeks, there are a few things that you will find have due dates other than the last day of the semester. The midterm essay and the 3 weekly, which are actually bi-weekly, discussion boards. That's it. Everything else, the due date is the end of the semester. And this is to give you the time to work around your schedule and to work at your own pace. Okay? There is no day where we all meet synchronously and discuss the stories or discuss the readings. There's none of that. Everything is for you to work at your own pace. The one thing that I do want to point out is this policy right here. I want you all to understand you need to respect each other and understand each one of you has your own individual voice. This is especially going to be apparent in the discussion boards. With the discussion boards, I want you to respond to a peer. In the discussion boards, how I want them to work is you'll post your response and then you'll respond to someone else. This is the only way you receive full credit for the discussion boards. In your response, to another classmate. I want you to remain respectful. You can disagree, okay? Absolutely, and I encourage disagreement, and I encourage discussion and responding to one another, but do so in a respectful manner. Homework assignments are not optional. Please make sure that you complete all of the work that is assigned to you. I will go over those in a minute. I will show you how to find them, where those are. Again, mentioning cheating and plagiarism. I do not tolerate plagiarism of any kind. All the work you hand in is to be your own. When using outside sources, proper MLA citations are a necessity. If you do not know how to cite properly in MLA format, please reach out to me and I will help you with that. This is an addendum to the cheating plagiarism policy. As it pertains to the use of artificial intelligence when writing your papers, you are encouraged to refrain from temptation. As this is an online course and all work will be submitted electronically, all work is subject to submission to one of several AI detection software programs. I will tell you, the AI software detection programs that I use are very, very accurate. They are as accurate as they can be. I have already caught several students in my live synchronous courses using AI, and I have caught several people in online courses using AI. Do not use AI to construct your essays. The work I want from you is yours, not a computer program's. Work at your own pace. Okay, each reading will have designed assignments, but each week will also feature a discussion board question. These discussion board questions, right now, they're set up as every 2 weeks. There may be more. If more are added, you will be emailed, and I will let you know beforehand. Email is important. Check your email often. Your school email is the only email that I can send and receive emails to and from. It is recommended that you use the Canvas emailing system, which can be found by clicking on Inbox over here on the left. You can see I have 3 messages in there right now. I expect you to log in and check the course at least once a day. I may add announcements, which you can see here. I may add, I will send emails out. I may post up different things. The grades, because this class is work at your own pace, assignments will be graded as they come in. Okay, so I will be checking Canvas once a day. I'll be checking emails at least once a day, and grades will be updated accordingly. All right. If you've taken in-person courses with me, I don't always update grades right away for the online course because it is work at your own pace. You should receive a grade on an assignment usually within 48 hours of handing the assignment in. There are no set due dates. Each assignment will have a due date set in the prompt, but I encourage you to work at a rate that is comfortable for you. All assignments are due at the end of the semester, and this is an accelerated course, so you are encouraged to make efforts to turn in assignments on the suggested date. You will see 3 modules. I recommend doing a module every 2 weeks, or completing each module in 2 weeks is probably the better way to word that. There may be some opportunities for some extra credit, and I will go over that more if need be when that time comes. All formal research papers submitted for this class must be typed, double-spaced, and submitted on or before the due date. Your works cited page must be the same document. Use the library research. It will be a component of your papers. Any assignment that requires basic research and citation will receive a failing grade if not completed in the required MLA format, which was taught in Comp 1. As I said, I'm always available by Canvas email. Most of the time, I don't check my email on the weekends, but I will never ignore you. Again, if you don't hear from me within 24 hours on a weekday, assume I didn't receive your message. I will be logged onto Canvas, as I said. I don't really want to give you guys a set time, maybe between 10 and 12 a.m., 10 a.m. and noon. But that could fluctuate. I'm good with you email me if you need, to set up an appointment with me, even if that appointment is 3 o'clock in the morning. As long as I can make it work, I will work with your schedule. Okay. Since this is a college writing course, only peer-reviewed sources are acceptable for research papers. There are videos and links throughout the course to help you figure out what a peer-reviewed source is. You can use the library databases found right here if you click through Sussex Library. All papers submitted in this class must be composed exclusively for this class and must not be previously submitted to any other class or previously published in any form. If you're taking this course for a second time, you must compose new papers for this class. All due dates for this course and its assignments are listed on the syllabus and the course calendar. Again, for the most part, the due date is the last day of the semester, which is June 24th. This is how I do my grading. Your participation in attendance is worth 10% of your grade. How I do participation in an online course is through those weekly discussion boards. Okay. Your midterm essay is worth 15% of your grade. Quizzes. There will be quizzes for almost every reading. They're short. They're 10-question quizzes. There are always bonus questions as well. So the midterm or the quizzes are worth 20% of your grade, and I do drop the lowest quiz grade. Response papers are short essays. I'll go over them in more detail in a little bit. The lowest grade on that also gets dropped. So there's 2 grades that get dropped. It's your lowest quiz grade and your lowest essay grade. And then finally, your final research essay. There's no formal final exam for this course. The final exam for this course is the research paper. Your midterm essay, you'll be required to write a 500 to 800 word essay analyzing the use of one or more elements in a story of your choice from the selections we have read in class. You are allowed to go forward on the syllabus, backward on the syllabus, anything listed on the syllabus that we've read. You will then briefly compare those elements to a separate work we did not discuss in class. This work can be any medium. The essay is to be in MLA format and turned in via Canvas. The file should be saved as lastname.firstname-midterm. An example of what I want from you is one of the stories that we read is called Sonny's Blues. The theme is family and brothers, fraternity, the relationship between the 2 siblings. And I've had students compare that story to the show Supernatural, to the movie Brothers, to the song Stressed Out by 21 Pilots. Anything dealing with the relationship between 2 siblings, specifically 2 brothers. Okay, and you would compare the 2 themes and how they're used and how they are depicted. Throughout the course of the semester, you'll be assigned several quizzes that will examine your comprehension of the stories we'll be reading and discussing. These quizzes are multiple choice, true, false, and short answer. They are mandatory. I reserve the right to assign pop quizzes without prior notice if necessary. Probably will not be doing that in the online course. And then again here, the lowest quiz grade will be dropped. Each week, you'll be given a prompt regarding the stories at hand and will be asked to complete a 2 to 3 page short essay using MLA format and text from the story to support your thesis. It is very important that you use text from the story and understand these are not book reports. They're analysis essays, which means that you must use your critical thinking skills and be aware of how each story makes you react. Again, the lowest grade will be dropped from your final grade. And then the research papers, write an 800 to 100. It should be 1,000, so that's a typo. Write an 800 to 1,000 word essay identifying and analyzing any story, film, television show that you choose. The essay must be written in MLA format and cite at least 2 peer-reviewed secondary sources. I strongly encourage you to review a rough draft of your essay with the Writing Center coaches, whom I believe still work over the summer. They'll notify me of the Writing Center coaches will notify me automatically of your visit to them and their coaching of you. Only assignments listed under course assignment weight and evaluation will be factored into your grade. There are a couple of projects as well. These will be factored in accordingly through either quizzes or response papers, depending on what the project is. In case you need to know how I do grading, it's very simple. If it falls within the range of 93 to 100, it's an A. 91, 90, 91, 92 is an A minus. 87, 89 is a B plus. Yada, 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 etc., etc. The one that's missing here is B minus, which is 81 to 83. For some reason, I don't have that on there, and I don't. It was a mistake. Another typo. You'll see those sometimes. You're strongly encouraged to download the Canvas app to set alert notifications. That way you get it right away when I post up an announcement or when you receive an email. The accessibility statement and the support services are right here. You can read them at your leisure. The calendar of assignments. So it's going to be a little different viewing this as a online course than it would be an in-person course, again, because there's no due dates. All right, the readings are split into 3 modules. Work at your own pace. Try to do each module within 2 weeks. Module number 1 is an introduction to the course and the literary elements. So we'll be going over each one of the literary elements, and you'll be reviewing short stories and poetry that fit into that. Your first assignment is a syllabus quiz. It is a quiz strictly on the syllabus. You may have the syllabus with you. You can have it open in another tab. Obviously, I can't stop you from doing that with any of these because this is an online course. There will be a video up reviewing plot. You'll read Richard Matheson's short story Button Button. There is a quiz on Button Button and your first discussion board. These are all Module 1. Review of narration point of view. You'll read The Telltale Heart by Edgar Allan Poe. There's a quiz. You'll read These 3 Poems by Philip K. There's an essay. Character, we have Young Goodman Brown. These 3 poems, a quiz, and an essay. Setting, and then you'll have Children of the Corn by Stephen King. This is one of your projects, Children of the Corn and illustration. And then an essay, theme, quiz, and an essay. Here's the poetry. Symbolism and imagery. Here's the story. Here are the poems. No quiz, but you will have an essay. That's Module 1. You should be able to do all of that within the first 2 weeks. You should be able to do all of that within a week, depending on how much time you have. But you can split it, make it last throughout the 2 weeks. Then we have the loss of innocence. There's several different ways to lose innocence. One is through trauma, which we'll be looking at all of these things. One is through death, which is these. You will see, here's another project that you have, the thing with forest illustration. The loss of innocence through sex, there's an essay for that. Midterm, ignore that due date. Obviously that was for last semester, or last summer rather. I will change that before I publish the website. And then we have Module 3, which is the outsider. This is going to be just kind of a handful of everything here. Your last assignment will be on the Raven, which will be an essay on the Raven. And then you will do your final research paper. If you have any questions about the syllabus, please email and ask. If you come here to modules, this is going to be the most important page for you. You will see these here. How do I navigate the course? About your professor. If you go to how do I navigate the course, there will be some handy dandy information there. Okay. And it's very easy. Click through next, about your professor. This will take you to a page about me. Some of this has to change. My kids are not 11 and 8 anymore. And I do not work overnight at Bristol Glen anymore. So here's some examples of how to email, use proper email etiquette. And it's very easy to just click through each one. Here's your syllabus quiz. This right here is a collection of all the poetry that we will be using throughout the course of the semester. It is all in one spot for you. All you need to do, you don't even need to download this file. It is here. You can just keep returning to it if you choose. You can download it if it makes it easier for you to have it saved, but it is all here. Okay, a table of contents is here. We are not doing where the sidewalk ends. However, you can read where the sidewalk ends. It's a cute little poem. There are 3 poems by Phil Kay, and they're right here. Okay, so they are, everything that you need is here for you. Okay, you don't need to go scouring the internet to try to find them. They're here. That can be found again under Module 1, Introduction to the Course in Literary Elements. And your syllabus quiz. If you've never taken a quiz on Canvas before, it's very easy. You click where it says quiz, hit take the quiz, and then you just pop in an answer and hit submit. I'm sure there's some other important things in here. All the readings, all the quizzes, the discussion boards. Okay, so make sure you go through each one carefully, finding the things that you need, using the things that you need. You'll see the lesson videos here. Those will take you to the various lessons that you'll need. Some of them don't have lessons, but the readings are here. Okay. The midterm paper, detailed assignments right here. Okay, it gives you details into how to do it, what the assignment is, what needs to be done. I do not accept links to Google Docs. Okay, everything must be handed in as a PDF or a Google or a Word document. I do not accept links to Google Docs. You can upload a Google Doc, but I do not accept links to Google Docs. If you click on the essays, you will get the prompt here. You will get start assignment. You can upload, or you can go from your Google Drive. Either way, when you're done, you don't need to put any comments in or anything. You submit the assignment, and that's that. And just sit back and wait for a grade. Your grades can be found by clicking grades. You'll see your grades for all the assignments. Okay, I'm missing my final research paper, but that's because I didn't change the due date yet. Everything is here, and again, you'll see the due date's June 24th for almost everything. All right, except for the midterm papers, June 7th. The weekly discussion is the 14th. The weekly discussion number 3 is the 23rd. Here's weekly discussion 1, which is May 24th. So in 4 days, by the end of May, you should have these 3 things finished. There's 4 discussion boards, my apologies. There's the getting to know you. You should have the syllabus quiz and weekly discussion number 1 done by the end of this month. That will be 160 points total. You can come to chat. This is where you can talk to one another. Just me online right now. See, test student, that's me. But that's that. This will help you with tutoring. You can go back and look at the syllabus again. This takes you to the library, the bookstore, the handbook, student guides, all that good stuff. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Ask me your questions. Let me know what's going on. Let me know what you're thinking. Have a wonderful semester. I look forward to reading your writing. I look forward to having discussions in the discussion boards, and you'll see me popping in, and I'll be throwing up some answers as well. I'll be throwing in some responses, responding to people. Again, remember to work at your own pace, but to make sure that you get everything in on time. So work at your own pace, but get everything done. Have a wonderful summer. Have a wonderful semester.